Imagine you're driving at 120 kilometers per hour. The engine is screaming, the RPM is climbing, and somehow your car is still moving smoothly. Now imagine trying to do the exact same thing in first gear. Your engine would be begging for mercy. So why do cars even need gears? The simple answer is torque and speed. But to understand why, we need to look at what an engine actually does. An engine has a pretty specific operating range. It doesn't produce its best power at 0 RPM, and it can't just keep spinning faster and faster forever. Most engines work best somewhere in the middle, usually a few thousand RPM. But here's the problem. Your wheels need to do completely different things depending on what you're doing. When you're starting from a stop, the wheels need a lot of force. When you're cruising on a highway, they need speed, not massive force. And one fixed connection between the engine and wheels can't do both efficiently. Think about riding a bicycle. When you're going uphill, you shift into an easier gear. Your legs spin more, but the wheel gets more turning force. When you're going downhill or riding fast, you shift into a harder gear. Your legs don't have to spin as insanely fast, but each pedal rotation moves you much farther. A car's transmission does basically the same thing. First gear gives you a huge mechanical advantage. The engine can spin several times, while the wheels turn much less. That sacrifices wheel speed, but gives the wheels a massive increase in torque. And that's exactly what you need when you're trying to move a 1,500 kilogram car from a standstill. Then you accelerate. The car doesn't need quite as much torque anymore. So you shift into second, then third, then fourth, and eventually fifth or sixth. Each higher gear reduces the amount of torque multiplication, but allows the wheels to spin faster relative to the engine. And here's where it gets interesting. Your engine might be spinning at 3,000 revolutions per minute, while your wheels are spinning far slower. The transmission is constantly managing that relationship. That's why if you're cruising at 100 kilometers per hour in sixth gear, your engine can sit comfortably around a couple thousand RPM instead of screaming near its limit. And that gives you another major benefit: fuel efficiency. But here's the catch. If you're in sixth gear and suddenly floor the accelerator, the car might feel sluggish. Why? Because you've traded torque multiplication for speed. That's why you downshift. The engine RPM jumps up, the lower gear gives the wheels more torque, and the car becomes much more responsive. This is especially useful when overtaking, climbing hills, or accelerating quickly. Automatic transmissions do this for you, constantly using things like speed, throttle position, RPM, and engine load to decide when to shift. So low gears give you more force, while high gears give you more speed and efficiency. That's really why cars have gears. An engine is great at spinning, but it can't efficiently provide maximum torque and high-speed cruising at the same time. The transmission solves that by constantly changing the relationship between engine speed and wheel speed. So the next time your car shifts gears, remember, it's not just changing numbers. It's changing how the engine's power reaches the wheels. And that's what allows a relatively small engine to move a massive car from a standstill to highway speeds.